The 30th of November, Rabbi Furst, Mishna Berura.
After we call up, we complete this time, we can call up a Kohen or a Levi for Achrod.
Right, come up at the last aliyah. Okay.
This is how we're knowing in our countries. Umihu b'makom tzarech utchak. Some other issues. Yesh lismoch skara rishon. You can rely on the first opinion.
Right, the first surah rishon. Right.
Okay.
Okay. So right. So I think the yesh omrim, meaning the Mechaber said, right, that you can call in fact Kohen up as one of the aliyahs, right? As long as you have a hefsek of Yisrael in between, right? And the yesh omrim of the Ramah, the aim that grows Kohen Levi, the minion shiva, right? So I think that's the second opinion, and that's the way the minhag is according to the Ashkenazim. But he says if it's necessary, it's necessary. Like let's say you have an ufruf, and the chassan is a kohen, and the father is obviously a kohen, and the father-in-law is a kohen, right? So you got three kohenim on your hands over there, right? And maybe even more if their brothers and uncles are around as well, right?
Yep.
So the Gabai's got a big problem. I wouldn't suggest making another bias like we do on the simplest Torah. It could split the minyan in half, but that's not going to. They want everyone wants to enjoy it, everybody together. They don't want to be pushed off to the side room in a separate bias. And I don't think they're interested in the aliyah per se, but they want to, that it's a family simcha and everyone should be there to share it together. So the Ramah is saying that if you have such a situation like that, you've got to get a bunch of kohenim and as squeeze them in somehow, so you can rely on the first opinion. Apparently, let's say, even though the Mechaber says noig likros kohen acher kohen, so he's talking about two kohenim, but let's say you're talking about three kohenim. I don't see why you shouldn't be able to call the first kohen up. He gets his first aliyah. Then you have the Levi, right? Then you have your Yisrael, and then you can call a kohen up again. And let's call another Yisrael, and then you can call a third kohen up, maybe. I don't see why not.
Why not?
Yeah, if it works for one, it should work for all of them.
Yep.
Okay, let's see the Mishnah Berura.
Lamed Aleph.
Yes.
Behefsek Yisrael is with a break for Yisrael. Perish Kara Mitchila call Seder B'Takanas Chamim. You call it right up at normal, the way the Chamim rule. Kohen Levi Yisrael. Osmut lechazer v'korei Kohen v'uadin im ein shom Levi. In certain cases, you don't have a Levi. V'korei Kohen pamayim b'achar Yisrael. Did you call Kohanim twice and then call Yisrael?
I mean, the Kohen got the first aliyah, so if there's no Levi, so he gets the second aliyah also. So that first Kohen got two aliyahs because there was no Levi.
Not only also call a Kohen, then you can go back and call a Kohen after the Yisrael. Became much of lacrosse shame Levi b'kol aliyos shir. So you can call it the Levi for any Levi you want to. B'kol shkein la'achron or l'maftir, and certainly for an achron or a maftir. But Tom, the reason is the lake lemechash, you Kain lifgomo shel rishon b'zed of a pagam on the first person because of this. You have a pagam miyad hayu meranin achra. You would make a noise afterwards. The hayu morin also lechazan, and you would let the chazan know about this.
Right.
Vayu koren acha the hayu koren achar bimkomo. If you could raise it in a different place, lo hayu mamtinan ad acha kriyas Yisrael. You didn't call up after the kriya of Yisrael. Ulufkamo shel sheni nami leka lemechash, and a bakam on the same person, the second person's kahuna you wouldn't be worried about. Sheyamru al Kohen or al Levi Shehem Chalalim, that people wouldn't come to say that they were Chalalim. Da Omrim Afal Pi, we said Afal Pi, Shu Kohen or became Belevi, Shu Levi. Because you're specifically announcing that they're Kohen or Levi, so you're certainly not creating a pagam on their yichus at that point.
Very good, right?
Okay. V'chiyotze b'zeh nohagim, and similarly we're noheg. Rotan wants to say that afagav the amrinin b'sif tes the Levi achar Levi lo yikra. You don't call a Levi after a Levi. Hacha kivin the hefsek Yisrael b'nehem. But here, where we have an interruption of a Yisrael between them, Gam Omer Afal Pishu Levi, we also say that even though this person is a Levi, Lechel Shum Chashasha, there's no Chashash V'kein Yirali. And the Mafter certainly in this case. Rotolim wants to say Sheyazkir Gam Kain Shu Kohen or Levi. When you call up a Kohen or Levi from Mafter, you announce he's a Kohen or a Levi because that's the way that person is called up. Kohen or Levi v'chuli. V'uadin afilu im yirtze la'asos seder chadash. You want to make a new order. The Hainu Kohen Levi Yisrael Gam Kain Aser L'shitazu. This is also Aser. Kivshu B'tok Shiva Kohen. This is because we're in the middle of the 7 aliyahs that we're supposed to give out. Kasva poskim, the poskim right. The batanis lo yala kohen or Levi l'maftir. On tanis specifically, we don't call it the kohen or Levi for the maftir. Shehu minyan hakruin. This is in the minyan of the kohen. This is not normally on a Shabbos. The maftir is a repetition of the last aliyah, so it doesn't count as part of the 7. But on a tanis, we call it 4 people. That is the minyan of the kohen. So you don't call up a kohen or Levi for the 4th aliyah. Shamafter who a shlishi. The mafter is a shlishi. The ancient tell how you do a lahaftir, but if you don't have a Yisrael who knows how to do the maftir, makrin achrim also. You can call them after that. Luminian shiva, the count of 7. Vuadin biyom tov and chamishi. It'd be the same case on Yom Tov when they only read have 5 aliyahs.
Right, good. Right, 5 aliyahs.
The Emsa Binyan Akron, and if after the fact, if you made a mistake and called up a Kohen or Levi in the middle of the Laining, you could still have aliyahs to give out. I think he's trying to say. Yamtin Vateva, they wait up. If you called them up before they started Laining, then you think about an achron or maftir, they should wait up on the bima, the kohen achar bim komo, and then you finish the 7 aliyahs, and then you can call up the kohen as the achron or a maftir.
Right.
It comes up as an achron or a maftir. The mefter, if it's not possible, keeping shayala low. Once he's called up, he shouldn't go down. But Yavorik should make the blessing. He should make the blessings. V'kmoshe Messiah Harama Dimkomam Tzarech Udchak Yesh Lismo Asfara Rishona the Soda. And as we said in the Ramah, that in a case of necessity, you can rely on this opinion.
Good.
Okay. V'chein noagim.
Right. That's the
Okay. So the Bush writes the Chayom Afil Achar Shiva Koren Ein Anogin Kro Ella Lachron Shebahen V'Kein Maftir. That even after the 7 people have read, we're not knowing to call a Kohen or Levi other than for an Achron or Maftir. Kain Itku Shari Achronim, and other Achronim passing that way also. The time Asa Belavush and the Isa Belavush, and the Bush gives the reason. Though chayshin ba'achron lifgam, when you get an achron, you're not worried about a pagam in the name. Ki adra, it's the exact opposite in this case. B'dos halalu the chashvin achron chashiv miklum, that the achron.
Mikulam. In these generations, we consider the Achron to be the most important of all the Aliyahs. Mikulam, of all of them.
Parsha, because he completes the Parsha. The most important person in the shul would get the Achron. The Alpha Pisha, Achron Maftir, even though we have a Maftir afterwards, Hare Mafsikin, Benolevain Hamaftir Bekadish. But there's a break between the Achron and the Maftir with the Kaddish. Begam Maftir Ain Mafkirin Imhu Kohen.
Ein makpidim. Gam b'mafti ein makpidim. We're not strict if he's a Kohen.
Okay. Vafilu im ha'achron haya gam kein Kohen in choshen mishum Kohen acher Kohen kivin shekidish mafsikim b'neihem. And even if the achron was a Kohen and we call it the Kohen for the maftir, we're not worried about a pagam in those places because again we have the Kaddish. That's a hefsek between the two aliyahs. Adkan lashon levush. This is the end of the lashon of levush. We call malkum in another case, but malkum tzorach in the case of necessity. Going sheyesh shnei chasanim shushavinin that are both getting married in this, have the same ofruf. Ulchein echad mahem yesh kohanim leviim. And it's one of them has a lot of Kohanim and Levim attached to the family. Chokan esa parsha shleim. You could divide the parsha into two. Mitchil korin zayin gavre echad. V'achar kav korin chasan hasheni l'shushvina. Then you would call up the 7 for the chasan and his attendants. Kasva achronim. The Simchas Torah, Shemotsin Shlosha Sifrei Torah, and Simchas Torah, when we take out 3 Sifrei Torah, Yochanan Leos Shlosha Kohanim, you take 3 Kohanim, Echad Chasan Torah, Echad Chasan Breishis, Echad Maftir. You have 3 Kohanim reading in a row. One's one for each Sefer Torah. Each one is reading from a separate Sefer. About Rosh Chodesh. Teves Shechal b'Shabbos. When Rosh Chodesh Teves falls on Shabbos, we also have 3 Sifrei Torah. Yesh Gam Shlosh Sfarim. Oz b'Sefer Harishon Shekorin Bo Parshas Shvua. And the first one we read the Parshas Shvua. Eluko Kohen B'Sof. You don't read the Kohen at the end. Af Im Hosifu V'Korabo Yote Mishi. Even if he's an Achron at that point. Lafi. She'adayin in mashlimin hakurin the sefer zeh. That sefer is not complete in the reading because the shvi is from is going to be the Rosh Chodesh benching and the maftir is going to be the Chanukah benching or Laining. Sorry, Laining.
That's the way it's going to turn out. There's a Rosh Chodesh Tevis is on Shabbos. Hanukkah is the
the completion is in the second sheni. Shekarim bo parshas Rosh Chodesh because where we read parshas Rosh Chodesh. Rak b'sefer Sheni Shabo B'Sham Achron. That's the second sefer, which is the Achron. We have an Achron there. B'sefer Achrona Shekorim Mishel Chana Lamaftir, and on the third sefer Torah, when you read the Maftir, Rishayim Likro Kohen Lios Achron V'Gam Kohen Lamaftir. So you could have the Kohen be an Achron on the second sefer Torah and the Maftir in the third Sefer Torah.
Very good.
Came b'Shabbat shel Parshas Shkalim or shel Parshas Chodesh, Shchal b'Rosh Chodesh. Either one of them. Sheish Kam Kain Shlosh Torah. You also have 3 Sefer Torahs on those days. Inu Kol Kain L'Tashim L'Kriyas b'Sefer Rishon. You don't call the Kohen to be to complete the laning from the first Sefer. Rak b'Shnei Sarf Ma'achronim. Only on the second 2 sefers, Rishayim L'Kro Kohanim L'Achron Maftir. You can call a Kohen for an Achron and for a Maftir. Kosvenu B'Shar Ephraim. Kosvenu, as we've written, B'Shar Ephraim Ayin Sham the Tfiske Sharim, Ma Hevi Tsur Ode, B'Shem.
Right. Prima, but what he brings there, B'Shem the prima gun, that's the prima gun.
Yeah, okay. The Malchim Tzarech Udchak in necessary or pressure, go to Simchas Torah, Chai Gavna, or Simchas Torah, or in some case like that. They smoke to Miyad, Shekari Shlosh, Kohen Rishonim, Kohen Levi Yisrael, the first three read Kohen Levi Yisrael, Mutar Likro, Achar Kav, Kohen Levi, you call Kohen Levi after that, Kavosha Kasven El. Bedas HaMachaber was or above in the opinion of the Machaber. The dog should know that Afilu Im Bismoch Askaras Rishona Mikol Makom Yesh Harbe Rishonim and Achronim to serve Shein Lahakel Lakros Kohen Levi Ba'alma. There were many Rishonim and Achronim rights were not makel in these cases. Elim Kain Yasu Seder Chadash Tahainu Kohen Levi Yisrael. So you would read, since you have 5 Elis, you read Kohen Levi Yisrael, Yisrael, then you would go back Kohen Levi Yisrael, etc., etc. And that that's what I've done in every place I've done in Simchas Torah. I assume that's the general minhag. That you finish the 5 Elis and you go back and start with the Kohen again.
Correct, that's right.
Because if you do it this way, there's no pagam, you're not concerned about a pagam klal at all. Shemu olav she'eno kohen. Okay, shehare kohen achrav Levi, because he's Kohen reading after Levi. Although below seder ein likro kohen or Levi mishum pagama, but there's no order. They don't call a kohen or a Levi, because then there might be a chashash of a pagam. Okay.
Very good. Okay.
Okay. The Alkane mean hanachon l'zoher b'zeh. Be careful of this. The Krosam dafka shel hasei should call them up in order. But feel should koren also la'akar shivas koren. Even when you call them up after the 7 people have been called up. Somebody else can take them.
Okay. Very good. That was quite a lot there, Elias. So he's great. Very good. Thank you. Okay, so that was Sif Yud. The very lamaisa. There was very lamaisa. A lot of pratim there. Okay, Yud Aleph in the Mechaber. Lou, would you like to read the Sif Yud Aleph in the Mechaber, and then we'll start the Mishna Berura.
Am I the only one here?
No, I'm here. I was mute.
Okay.
I was talking, but you weren't hearing me. All right, so Kuf Lamed Hey.
Right. Sif Yud Aleph. Yesh Misha Omer.
Yud Aleph.
There's another opinion again.
Okay, Yud Aleph. Here. Yesh Mi She'omer. She'im Kara Ha-Chazan Kohen O Levi Ve'eno Sham Lo Yikra La'acher B'Shem Mishum Pigamo Shel Rishon. Okay, so if there is one who says, I'm sorry, there is an opinion that if he calls, if the Chazan calls a Levi, a Kohen or a Levi, and he's not there, he does not call another because of a blemish in the first one.
Right. Mishum Pagmo Shel Rishon. Right.
Ella acher ya'aleh me atzmo. But rather the other one comes up by himself.
Right, I mean, they don't call him for the Aliyah, but I guess they can motion to him and then wave him on to come to the bima for the Amud to read the Aliyah.
And that's because we don't want it to be thought that there's a blemish in the first one.
Right, because if you call him by his name with Cohen, right, or Levi afterwards, you'll think, well, why are they calling up another Cohen or another Levi? It must something what went wrong with the first one, right?
But the first one is not in shul. Is that the case?
Yeah,
They called his name, but they didn't realize he's not there.
Right. So therefore, you don't want that people should think he's not going up there because there's something wrong with him, some blemish, some flaw.
Right. Okay. Let's see. So the Ramah, v'chein.
That's the prevailing custom.
Okay. What is this shin tzadi?
Shliach Tzibur, let's say he's the Shatz.
The shliach tzibor shehu kohen. If the shliach tzibor is a kohen, yachol likro kohen acher, then you are able to call another kohen the Torah to the Torah. In other words, you don't have to call the shliach tzibor. You can call somebody else.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I think the Shliach Tzibur is referring to is maybe reading from the Torah. I'm not sure if the Shliach Tzibur one was leading the davening, or Shliach Tzibur the one who was reading from the Torah. I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll have to see when we get to the Mishna Berura on
that. Mardechai perich hakore omeid v'agor.
Yeah, those are the sources. That's the source for the.
Okay, so Mr. Berura?
Yeah, that'll bring us to the Mishna Berura and Salamet Ches. Kohen Olevi.
Olevi. Aval b'Yisrael im karauhu ve'eno sham. But if it's an Yisrael that they call him and he's not there, Yachol likros la'acher bishmo. You can call another Yisrael by his name. Divi Yisrael lo shayich pigama. Because with the Yisrael, it's not relevant whether he has a blemish or not. De afilu mamzer mutar ba'alos laTorah, because even a mamzer is permitted to go to the Torah. Ukadil kaman siman reish pei Vav Sif Gimel, and they're going to discuss that more later on. The Eino Shab, and he's not there. The Im Oso Kohen Mis Palel, and if that Kohen is praying, Mutar Likros.
He's still in the Shmon Esrei, right? He's there, but he's in the middle of Shmon Esrei, right?
Right. They didn't realize he was in the middle of Shmon Esrei when they called him.
Right.
That happens to me sometimes. I'm in the middle of Shmon Esrei and I hear them call my name. Mutar likros ha acher b'shem. It's permissible to call somebody else by name. Dehakol do, roin shebishvil she'eno yachol lehafsik batefila. Because everybody can see that he can't interrupt his prayer.
Right.
Eno ola, and he can't go up. That's
Good.
according to the Magen Avraham.
Correct. Very good.
So I don't get it. If he's not there, can't everybody see he's not there?
Well, they again.
I mean, you're not. It would seem like you're not going to be worried that people are going to think that he's pagum if they can't even see him.
Right.
Now, this is the case of the Kohen who's davening that he can't come up. He can't interrupt his tefillah.
Right, but no. So Lou's asking if the fellow's not there. You also know that he can't go up because he's not there, right? Unless
If you
they
have a
think
shul,
maybe
people don't know who's there all the time. They call up Yosef HaKohen, and Yosef stepped out for a second and doesn't walk up. You don't want to call up Yaakov HaKohen because what happened to Yosef? Maybe he wasn't a Kohen. So Yaakov, because nobody knows. You're in a big shul. I never know who's all there in shul all the time. And we have 30 or 40 people who are there. I don't really pay attention to who's sitting where. So you call up Yosef. Yosef's not there. You tell Yaakov just walks up. You don't have to worry about it. But if I call Yosef a Kohen and then I call Yaakov a Kohen, then I have a problem.
Right.
That's what we're trying to.
Yeah,
So
that's good. See, we'll see when he's davening. Right, when he's davening, you can take a look and see why he's not going up, right? But if he's not there, right, he's not there, so you don't know why he's not going up. And first of all, as Elliot says, people may not recognize who he is, number one, and also maybe people will think maybe he was there and he left for some reason, and he's running away from getting the Aliyah for some reason, right?
Yep.
It doesn't say that he was not there for the whole davening. Maybe he was there for Shmon Esrei. He was davening Shmon Esrei, and the Gabbai spotted him during the Chazor Hashatz. And then when it came time for the Torah, he had to relieve himself. Had to go to the bathroom, so he took off from the shul, and then the Gabbai never looked to check to see if he's still around, and he called him. So everyone saw him around. And now he's getting called up, and he's not around anymore. So they don't necessarily think that he's going to be so kosher. Something was being wrong.
Happens all the time.
Yeah. Wow, we went over a few minutes. Okay, we're in the middle of this. We're not going to finish. We'll have to stop and continue on with this tomorrow, Mitzvah Shem.
All right. Have a good day, everybody.
Okay.
Thank
you, Rabbi.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Mitzvah, I'm going to send you an email right now with Shlomi's number.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
All right.
Sorry.
Go to.
Okay, thank you. Okay, bye.